We got this story from the Post Millennial. Breaking, AOC files articles of impeachment against Supreme Court Justices Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas. AOC claimed that Thomas and Alito refused to recuse themselves from cases where they had a personal bias or prejudice concerning a party. The important thing to stress here is that this is completely pointless. And like the SAVE Act, will do nothing. It won't go anywhere. She's going to file this. Republicans are going to throw it in the garbage. Senate's not going to pick up anything like this. It's not going to happen. As for the SAVE Act 2, which also passed the House, and we will talk about that later, that's going to die in the Senate. It's not going anywhere. Biden wouldn't let it happen as it is. So all of this is virtue signaling as the Titanic is sinking. But here's the story. New York's own Rep. AOC made good on her promise on Wednesday to file articles of impeachment against Supreme Court Justices Alito and Thomas. And, you know, it's kind of funny because they're the most based. This comes as senators seek to engage in a new round of lawfare against Thomas over alleged ethics complaints regarding vacations and trips. A reporter from MSNBC said that AOC was not actually filing impeachment charges over opinions because she couldn't, but due to, quote, conduct around the office, she accused them of not properly disclosing financial benefits and gifts they were given by donors or others. She also claimed that Thomas and Alito refused to recuse themselves from cases where they had a personal bias or prejudice concerning a party when asked to force a justice to recuse himself from a case. Chief Justice Roberts said that absolutely he would not do that and spoke to the independence of justices and the court itself. Clarence Thomas and Alito, they're like the best we have in government right now. And it's not surprising to see with all of the problems we're experiencing, right? We have Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro in jail, Merrick Garland flouting the law, and the DOJ refusing to hold him accountable. And the one thing we have, the one thread we have are these guys at the Supreme Court doing their best and ruling correctly. So, of course, AOC wants to go after them. But like I said, all this is her throwing red meat to her base in her district. It will have no impact on anything.
I think that's part of it. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think AOC knows to a certain extent it won't go anywhere. And even if it did go somewhere, what is she hoping will happen? That Biden will get to appoint someone before he's voted out? I mean, realistically, I think Clarence and Alito and Thomas are great, but likely they will retire within the next 4 years. And so there's panic over who's going to replace them. To me, it seems like either she knows it's not going to go anywhere or she's delusional enough to think that she could somehow get Biden to appoint Supreme Court justices before the year's over. And that's just not going to happen.
See, this is where I'm kind of at an impasse. Rep. Luna introduced her inherent contempt resolution against Garland, and 4 Republicans defected, joining Democrats to stop accountability. And I hate the Republican Party. And so my attitude at this point is kind of like, as predicted, the Republicans won in 2022 and did nothing. They're complaining that they don't have, it's a slim majority. You see what happens when these defectors, they do this thing. Okay, I don't know how you're going to get me to care. And this is the challenge. If Trump wins and Republicans take the Senate and the House, we can expect that if Alito and Thomas resign or retire, and then Trump gets to name their successors, we're going to get some pretty good ones. And that's what's at stake. But boy, are the Republicans in the House trying everything in their power to set the whole thing on fire. Trump came out supporting Luna. Speaker Johnson was like, I don't know about all this. And then 4 defectors shut the whole thing down. I'm at a point where I'm just like, I don't know if I care to support this party at all.